So good morning students. So we discussed very clearly about the hybridization and the types of hybridization. So to predict the hybridization of the central atom in a molecule, if you are following the normal procedure, it takes a lot of time. So to answer the question very fastly, so the hybridization of the central atom or structure, so there are some shortcuts are there. They might be applied for all the molecules or not, but in most of the cases at your level, at your 11th standard, so this shortcut might be helpful to you answer the question very fastly. Not only one shortcut, there are so many different methods are there. In that one I would like to give the one simple shortcut method. So to predict the or to know the to find out the hybridization very fastly. So before going to that procedure, first I'll give the one tabular form. That tabular form always try to be remembered. So to find out the hybridization and structure of a molecule. So first you know very well in that nearly the 75% of the tabular form we have already discussed in the valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. Just to that one I will add the hybridization. So now if the hybridization is sp hybridization and here two are bond pair of electrons. One is, so I write here hybridization, and here bond pair of electrons, and here lone pair of electrons, and geometry. So if sp hybridization is there, in the sp hybridization, two are bond pairs, 0 is a lone pair. The geometry is, you know very well, that is linear geometry. Similarly, the next hybridization you know, sp2 hybridization, in that 3 are bond pair of electrons, 0 lone pair of electrons are present. The geometry is trigonal planar. Trigonal planar. If sp3 or in sp2 hybridization, so the two are bond pairs, one is a lone pair. The geometry is a bent shape or angular shape or V shape. If sp3 hybridization, the 4 are bond pairs, 0 lone pair. The geometry is tetrahedral. In the same sp3 hybridization, 3 are bond pairs, 1 is lone pair. The geometry is pyramidal geometry. And in the sp3 hybridization, 2 are bond pairs, 2 are lone pairs. The geometry of a molecule is V shape. The sp3d hybridization, so all 5 are bond pairs, 0 is a lone pair. The geometry is trigonal bipyramidal. In the sp3d hybridization, so the 4 are bond pairs, 1 is a lone pair. The geometry is a distorted trigonal bipyramidal or seesaw. So sp3d hybridization, 3 are bond pairs, 2 are lone pairs. The geometry of the molecule is T shape. If sp3d hybridization, 2 are bond pairs, 3 are lone pairs. The geometry of a molecule is linear. The last hybridization, sp3 d2 hybridization. So here 6 are bond pairs, 0 lone pair. The geometry is octahedral. And sp3 d2 hybridization, 5 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. The geometry of a molecule is square pyramidal. Square pyramidal. In sp3d2 hybridization, the 4 R bond pairs, 2 R lone pairs are present. The geometry of a molecule is square planar. So this is the geometries and hybridization based on the bond pairs and lone pair of electrons. So in addition to that, sp3d3 hybridization is also there. That is also given at the end of this class if you try to be remembered. But in your syllabus, still the sp3d2 hybridization is present. So now how can you predict it? So the hybridization of the central atom in a given molecule. So the best example I'll give it to you, BF3 molecule. In BF3 molecule, what is the central atom? Central atom is boron. Boron, how many valency electrons are present? 3 valency electrons. Just to write the 3 dots. And each fluorine can form how many bonds? 1 bond. Fluorine, fluorine, and fluorine. So now let us start. What is that here? S. Only one S is there. After that P started. P and P. What is hybridization? sp2. sp2 hybridization. How many bond pairs are there? 1, 2, 3. sp2 hybridization, 3 bond pairs. sp2 hybridization, 3 bond pairs. What is the geometry? Trigonal planar. The geometry is trigonal planar. So the best another example is CH4 molecule is there. Carbon. So you know that in the carbon 4 valency electrons are present. Each hydrogen atom can form how many bonds? 1 bond. So 1 and 1, 1, 1. Let us start. What is the hybridization here? S, P, P and P. What is hybridization? sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization, how many bond pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 are bond pairs. sp3 hybridization, 4 bond pairs. sp3 hybridization, 4 bond pairs. What is the geometry? Tetrahedral. So the geometry is tetrahedral. Because these are you known, that's why I will try to explain with these examples. For example, let us take sulfur dioxide is there, SO2. Okay, SO2, sulfur. Sulfur is having the how many valency electrons? It is belongs to the oxygen family. Oxygen family is having the 6 valency electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then oxygen can form double bond. You know, each oxygen can form double bond. So 1, this is 2. Because for the formation of double bonds, 2 electrons are needed. Then how many electrons are left? 2 electrons are left. These 2 are together treated as 1. Always 2 electrons treated as a 1. So totally. Now here, whenever the multiple bond formation is takes place, that will be taken as a single unity. So this is taken as a single unity. S and this is P and this is another P. sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization, how many bond pairs? 1, 2. 2 bond pairs because double bond is treated as a single. 1, 2. 2 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. 2 bond pairs, 1 lone pair, sp2 hybridization. sp2 hybridization, 2 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. What is the geometry? V shape. sp2 hybridization and the geometry of the molecule is, what is that? V shape. So like that we can predict the central atom hybridization and geometry. So let us take some more examples. So you know very well the carbon dioxide molecule, CO2. In carbon dioxide molecule, carbon, how many valency electrons? 4 valency electrons. Each oxygen can form the double bond. So double bond, 2 electrons are needed, 2 electrons are needed. So now it start. Here single, it is unit as single, it is also treated as a single unit. sp hybridization. sp hybridization, how many bond pairs are there? 1, 2. 2 bond pairs. sp hybridization, 2 bond pairs. What is the geometry? Linear geometry. sp hybridization, linear geometry. So you know very well, so the molecule is XeF6. XeF6. So xenon. Xenon is a noble gas. How many electrons are there? 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are there here? So totally 6 fluorines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this treated as a 1. Okay, 1. So let's start hybridization. S, P, P, P. P only 3 exist. After that D, D and D. What is hybridization? sp3, D3 hybridization. sp3, D3 hybridization with one lone pair. So what is the geometry? Simply distorted pentagonal bipyramidal. This is beyond your scope. So next let us take XeF4 is there beta. Let us take XeF4. You know XeF4. So 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many fluorine atoms? 4. Each fluorine can form only single bond. So 4 are over. The 2 are considered as a 1. 2 lone pairs are considered as a 1. So now here total how many electron pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4 are bond pairs, 2 are lone pairs. Then what is the hybridization? Let's start. S, P, P, P and here D and D. Because after 3 P's you can write D's. So then what is the hybridization? sp3, D2 hybridization. In sp3, D2 hybridization 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. So in sp3, D2 hybridization, so 4 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. What is the geometry? Square planar geometry. What is that? Square planar geometry. So like that we can predict the hybridization. Let us take some more examples. For example, XeO3 is there. XeO3. In XeO3, xenon is a central atom having 8 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dots. Each oxygen can form how many bonds? 2 bonds. So that 2 and here 2. This is treated as a one lone pair. Let's start. S, P and P and P. sp3 hybridization. sp3 hybridization 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. sp3 hybridization 3 bond pairs, 1 lone pair. What is the geometry? Pyramidal geometry. So like that, so we are predicted the hybridization of the central atom as well as the geometry of the molecules with these shortcuts. This might be useful to save the time in your competitive exams and to answer the question very fastly. This is one of the shortcut method to predict the hybridization. So to get on this one, we need to remember one point. We have to know how many valency electrons present in the central atom. Without knowing the knowledge of the number of valency electrons in the central atom, it is not possible to apply this method. And the second one is whenever the different atoms are combined into the central atom, their valency have to be known. So generally, mostly we are using the halogens, oxygen, hydrogen. Simple atoms we have to use. Nitrogen is there. The nitrogen, whenever it is coming, it is always forming how many bonds? 3 bonds. 3 bonds are treated as a single bond. Oxygen can form double bond. The double bond is treated as a single bond pair. Hydrogen is always single pair. Fluorine is always single pair. Chlorine is always single. So like that we have to know the valency of the bonded atoms. Then only it is possible to apply this method. We are getting the correct results. Without knowing the number of valence electrons in the central atom, without knowing the valency of the bonded atoms, and it is not possible to predict the hybridization as well as to find out the geometry of a molecule. So you can practice more number of examples, whatever are there in your textbook. You can apply this shortcut method. You are getting the more clarity to answer very fastly about the hybridization and the geometry of a molecule. So definitely in every competitive exam, so definitely either they may ask the question hybridization or geometry of the molecules. So this is about the shortcut method to find out the hybridization and geometry of molecule. Thank you.